I hit $120,000 in a single month detailing cars. And I know how that sounds. So before you scroll, here's the part nobody puts in the highlight reel. 3 years before that number, I was burnt out, barely making a living and about 30 days away from quitting detailing for good. So if you're grinding your tail off right now, watching everybody online win except for you, I'm not here to flex. I'm here because I was you and I figured the way out. And here's why I'm dropping this right now at the start of summer. The next 90 days are the best window you'll get all year to grow a detailing business. The weather's perfect, everybody's driving, everybody wants their car looking right. There's more money moving through this industry over the summer than any other time of the year, and it's all still in front of you. Most detailers are gonna waste it though. They'll confuse being busy with growing. Run around all summer with their hands wet, dead tired, and look up in September having made the same money they made last year. They were booked solid, but they're still broke. That's not gonna be you, because summer doesn't grow your detailing business. A system does. Summer just turns up the volume on whatever you already have. If you have a system, this season's gonna be rocket fuel for you. If you don't, it's just you more tired with the same bank account. And today, I'm gonna give you the system. So here's exactly what's about to happen, because this isn't a normal video. Most coaches sell you a dream and hide the system behind a $5,000 paywall. They show you the watch and the car, but never the work. I'm doing the opposite. So first, my real story. So you know I'm not just some guru who read a book. I did this with my own two hands, and I did it after failing at it. Then I want to take you inside the 100x detail system, the exact dashboard over 150 detailers are using right now to grow and scale their businesses. I'm going to show you exactly how I help these guys, a lot of them college dropouts and guys who started right where you are. Then I'm going to show you the real wins my students are putting up inside the program. 20K months, 40K months, dudes finally quitting the job they hated. And then I'm dropping you into a full group coaching call with my students, including me asking Danny how he went from 3K months to 50K months in 5 months. By the end of this, you'll know exactly how to grow and scale your detailing business. Not sort of, exactly. Enough that you could close this video and run it yourself tomorrow morning. That's a promise. So let me back up. Because if you don't know where I came from, none of this hits right. I'm a college dropout. That's where this starts. I left school with no plan B, scraped together some cash and bought a cargo trailer for $2 grand, and that was my shop. Me, a buffer, and that trailer detailing cars in people's driveways. And early on, it felt incredible. $10,000 months out of a trailer, I thought that I'd made it. So I put my head down and grinded and pushed it up to 20K months. Hired my first couple guys. I literally felt like the man. But here's what nobody warns you about. I hadn't built a business, I had built a job. And it was a brutal one. Everything ran through me. If I didn't show up, nothing moved. No systems, no processes, no real marketing, just me white knuckling it every single day. So when something shinier came along, which was real estate, I jumped. I started selling houses, doing 20, 30K months, and I took my eye off of detailing. And because that business had nothing underneath it, no systems holding it up, it didn't just dip, it literally collapsed. The thing I built from nothing crumbled right in front of me. I was burnt out. I was embarrassed and about 30 days away from walking away from detailing for good. But that failure ended up being the best thing that ever happened to me because it was the wake-up call. I finally said I have to change. So while I was still in real estate, I went all in on myself. Coaches, mentors, conferences, one-on-one mentorship. Over time, I poured more than $100,000 into learning how to actually build a business. And I did the work on myself first. And that taught me the one thing that changed my life. Leverage beats grind, systems beat hustle. Every single time. So I made the call. I wasn't quitting. I was taking another run at detailing, and this time I'd do it right. January 2024, I started over from zero, but this time I built the systems first before I touched a single car. Soft launch, we did 7 grand. The following month, 24 grand. The following month, 54 grand. The following month, 80 grand. In literally just 90 days from actually launching this business, I opened a real shop, built a team of 3 detailers, everything was delegated, doing 86K a month, and for the first time ever, it ran without me. And the biggest month we've ever hit since, 120 grand. Now hear this, because it's the whole reason for this video. I am not built different. I'm a college dropout who started in a trailer and failed before any of it worked. I've got no talent that you weren't born with. The only thing I have that you don't yet is the system. That's the whole gap. And I'm literally about to hand it to you. Now, some of you are thinking, if it's this good, why give it away for free? 2 reasons. 1, the information was never the hard part. Knowing what to do and actually doing it every day with someone in your corner who's already walked it, those are 2 completely different worlds. I'll give you what you want for free all day, but most people are gonna watch it, nod at it, and then never move. The few who run it, they change their lives. That's worth it to me. 2, I'm tired of watching good detailers with real skill, real work ethic stay broke because nobody showed them the business side. So this is me showing you all of it. There's no catch. So enough talking, let me show you. I'm pulling up my screen right now and taking you inside the 100x detail system. Exactly how I've helped over 150 detailers grow and scale in the last 12 months. Real quick though, this is a longer video. The next hour and a half, maybe 2, and if you can't lock in and focus for that right there might be exactly the reason why you're still stuck. Because I'm about to hand you a shitload of value. The whole playbook for the next 90 days of you absolutely printing this summer. So lock in, let's rip. All right, this is behind the scenes inside of the 100x detail sellers have used to grow and scale their business. So as you can see, this is a dashboard right here. Come in, we put your name here. The goal is 50K in 180 days. Everything you need is gonna be right here. So we keep it simple, easy. Anybody is able to use this, anybody's able to scale. So the phase 1 is the onboarding phase. So we basically watch the welcome video, which is right here to the left. 13 minutes, this is gonna tell you everything from start to finish, what the next 6 months is gonna look like, how you're gonna utilize this Notion dashboard, how you're gonna use the school community, exactly how you're gonna use everything over the next 6 months to hit the target of 50K per month. Then we have the school community here. So everyone is inside the school community. You're gonna post wins, you're gonna introduce yourself, everything there. And then we also have the classroom. This is the classroom where there's over 15 hours of content, over 15 different modules, implementation challenges, you name it, it's all here. So we start here, we go through foundational stuff. Every single lesson, there's a video, and then there's also drop down of charts below it, basically explaining everything throughout the module. And then I never believe that there's an information problem. I believe there's an application problem. So we always take in all this information, but then we need to know what is the actual next step. So I give you guys action plans or implementation challenges at the end of each module. So you go through early on lessons, origin story, how I lead today, becoming a lead, and building discipline. So there's all of these different things from foundational stuff, business setup and foundations, systems that scale, how to install the CRM, how to install SOPs, back-end stuff. Everything is inside of here. CRM setup, scheduling, low leverage tasks, eliminating them, building emergency reserves, cash stacking systems, cutting unnecessary costs. So I go through literally every single piece inside of the business. Marketing stuff, if you're struggling with marketing, whether it's organic, whether it's Facebook, whether it's paid, brand positioning, SEO domination, community and partnership marketing, dealerships, you name it, it's all here. Going through TikTok, Nextdoor, LinkedIn, Facebook, local SEO. So we go through everything on how you can market your business, how we can get as many customers as possible, people interested in our service, and then sales, turning those inquiries into book jobs, sales psychology, inbound sales system, complete inbound sales system. What is the start to finish of a client journey, right? How do we make sure that we close these deals? And then we have hiring a team, right? Obviously we want to remove ourselves from the business, so this goes start to finish. How do we get you out of detailing and actually into hiring and building a team? Or if you already have a team of 1 to 2 guys, how do we maximize efficiency out of them? How do we deliver the standards to them to make sure that they're operating at those standards, right? How do we set up roles and responsibilities for every employee so that way they know what to do on a day-to-day basis? Then we have expansion and growth. You want to go into ceramic coatings, PPF, window tint, multi-location, all right here. Sales Vault, every script that I have, every SOP that I have inside of my sales sector of my business, all right here. All of my SOPs from detailing, from phone calls, everything is inside of here. Hiring Vault, basically dashboards for employees, basically roles and responsibility sheets, job offer letters, compensation plans, KPI plans, bonus plans, everything's inside of here. Marketing Vault, everything from ad scripts, my top performing ad creatives, everything you need for building a 3-piece framework inside of an ad, how to determine if an ad is performing, right? What changes to make on ad sets, growth, how do we scale past 50K per month? All of the memberships, fleets, second location pricing, everything's inside of there. Aviation detailing, how to get into private jets, how to partner with FBOs, how do we get into those high ticket jobs, be able to charge $1,000, $5,000, $10,000 per job. And then marine sector, if you guys are looking to get into Marines or you guys are already in marine detailing and want to scale that up, we do boats, yachts, how do we partner with marinas, How do we do all that stuff? So these are all of the volts, and then like I said, all of the system lessons here. So that kind of breaks down what's inside of the school. And then once you come in, you just introduce yourself, 60-second video inside of school, watch the first 4 modules. Then I'm gonna give you the CRM. I'm gonna give you the CRM that I use inside of my business to manage over 5,000 leads and to generate over 500 leads a month and generate over 100 grand a month. So that is basically what I'm going to give you for the next 6 months. So you just click this here. You're gonna set up your CRM right here. It's usually $129 a month. I'm gonna give you 6 months completely free because I wanna make sure that you have the tools that you need in order to grow and scale. Having a CRM that's going to manage every single lead that comes into your business that says, I am interested in your service, is so important. Automated follow-up, automated messaging, everything tracked on a day-to-day basis. How many leads did we get? How many calls did we make? How much sales did we produce? So important that we're not scaling off of intuition, we're scaling off of data moving here on out. And then just because I want to make sure that you get a jump start, I give everybody that comes in 30 days free with my marketing team. So I basically take my marketing team, 30 days free. You come in, you're going to click this link, you're going to schedule an onboarding call with them. Typically it takes about 30 minutes. We're just going to get access to your ad accounts, understand what you're looking for, and then we're going to script your ads, edit your ads, launch your ads, hook up your CRM, track your ads. So we're going to give you the full initial setup. You come in, we're going to give you the CRM, we're going to set up all your ad sets, we're going to run and track them for 30 days, so that way you can keep rolling from there. Setting up your Able for project management. You need to have a CRM to manage all your leads, and then you need a software that's going to manage all of your projects, all of your jobs, dispatch all your technicians. So I give you the link here. This is basically what I recommend. This is what we use. You can also use stuff like Field. You can also use some other platforms as well. You're going to add the weekly group call to your calendar. I want you there every single week. Every single person that has grown and scaled their business inside of this program has been there every single week. Consistency will win every single time. And then I want you posting a job post on betterteam.com for hiring. As soon as you come in, we're going to be ramping in 30 days, and you should be basically hiring your first employee within 30 to 60 days of joining inside the program. You need to be removed from detailing as fast as possible so that way you can focus on marketing and sales, because that's what grows the business. Then we're going to film the new ceramic ads that I'm going to script for you so that way you can start producing ceramic coating leads, ongoing, actively, weekly. Obviously this stuff's going to change, but this is the small stuff that I always recommend that's going to keep the business moving forward. Posting 3 new ceramic coating creatives a month, minimum. Getting 5 reviews weekly on Google My Business, minimum. Updating currently monthly revenue whenever it changes inside of the details, which I'm going to show you. Show up to weekly group coaching calls with questions and problems that you're having. Mark setup milestones complete as you build them. And then if you need help, post in school or message me. Never go quiet. We'll cover it on the next group call. Checkpoints. Obviously, first 14 days, I want you to get onboarded. Second 30 days, I want you to basically understand the foundation of how it works, of the business, and everything from there. Then we're going to really start pushing hard. We're going to start ramping 45 days in. You're going to start to see massive changes, right? The law of compounding is doing consistent things over a period of time, and you're going to see massive results. We're going to start seeing them right here. And everybody's timeline is different. I've had some guys that come in that literally go from 10K a month to 30K a month in 30 days. I've had some guys that come in that go from 5K to 10K to 15K to 40K. Right? It is just basically different for everybody, but your input is always going to equal your output. Then we're going to scale, and then in 150 to 180 days we hit mastery, and then that's whenever you're cracking 40, 50, 60, $70,000 months. The blueprint path, level 1 is 10K, level 2 is 20K, level 3 is 35K, and then 50K you become a 100X partner. That's in here right now. Master detailing. Right now he's at level 2, he's at 20K. His starting revenue was 12K. 17th, like I said, some people double literally immediately, and he's on pace to hit this month. Basically, he's already got 18,000 booked out, and he's got a few slots available, so he should hit $23,000 in the month of July. He's booked his blueprint call with me. He's joined the school community. His business is mobile. His CRM's installed. He joined June 17th. Revenue goal is here. Days in program, 14 days, email, employee, Google business, locations, on track, setup progress, status is active, and then he's completed his new website build. So everything in here, it will basically mark your progress. So it tells you, are you on track to hit your goal of 50K per month? It's 29% of the way there. And right here it says, we're on track, we still need to continue ramping. So this is the dashboard right here. We use the school community. We give you 30 days access with my marketing team, and then we give you 6 months access with my CRM to track, manage your leads. So that way you can grow and scale. We want to give you every single tool that you need to grow and scale. And this is it, guys. This is behind the scenes. It's nothing extremely crazy. It's nothing that's, insanely built out. It's something that's simple, that's easy to follow, and is proven by over 150 people to follow this system and grow and scale their detailing business. All right, so we just went through the entire 100X system, the entire backend from start to finish, from the dashboard to the school, to all the modules, to what it looks like inside the CRM, to what it looks like to book a call with my marketing team and get set up with them and for us to help you amplify your detailing business. Now I want to show you what actually this has done for other people in their lives, including my life itself, right? I'm extremely passionate about this because I went from a failed detailing business, a business that absolutely crashed and burned, into now a successful detailing business that does over $100,000 every single month, and that's the normal, right? We literally went from a crash business to starting up a brand new business in 90 days, $86,700 using this exact same system. So let me show you a few of the guys that have had incredible successes that we've absolutely completely changed their life. So Danny's one of them. Danny quit his corporate job. He was doing about $3,300 per month. I think he was doing 8 jobs per month or something like that. First 30 days, we installed our marketing system, sales system. He had $10K a month, made his first hire. And then now here we are 5 months later from him joining inside the program. He did $42,300 in 5 months, guys. This is not extremely hard. This is a simple process and proven process from start to finish of what we did inside of his business. So he was December 2025, 3.3K, 8 jobs. We installed his hire. Then from there, now, like I said, May 2026, he had $2,500, and then the last week in May, he did $8,000. And now he's on track to cross $50K per month, which he did. And last month, he did $56,000. Again, take somebody who didn't have, they said 42.3K, take somebody who did not have any previous crazy marketing experience, wasn't even that great with tech, right? I think Danny's 47 years old, didn't have any crazy experience with tech or Instagram or Facebook ads or anything like that. Now he's doing over $56,000 per month. Absolutely incredible. Sebastian graduated out of college. He's doing about $300 in January. Had a previous detailing business with some high school buddies whenever he was in high school, and basically came in. He ran a small detailing business, or I guess it was right out of high school into college, about $5K per month. Then shut it down so that way he could go through school. He joined in. We installed meta ads. We basically started getting qualified leads, installed our sales system in CRM, started selling high ticket ceramic coatings. In January, he did $325. February, he did 5.4K. March, he did 15K. And then in May, he did, just finished last month, in the month of June, $45,000. And now this month, he's on track to do right around 55, right? And he has now a full team of detailers. He doesn't touch any cars himself. This was whenever, basically his dashboard here, 271 leads, 33% conversion rate, 34K converted over, 67 jobs. Here's his calendar, packed wall to wall. He doesn't touch a single car anymore, and now he's got a full team that does everything for him. We take Braden. He was doing about 20K per month. He was doing it. He was stuck there for several years. He had a shop. He had a mobile unit. He had a couple of guys that was in there, but he was continuously doing $200 washes, right? Wasn't really focusing on ceramic coatings. He had 194 5-star reviews. He was the #1 rated detailer in Bloomington, Indiana. And we installed our meta ads with our sales system and CRM to sell high ticket ceramic coatings. Once we do that, then we installed another detailer inside of his business. Now he has 3 detailers, and now he's the owner. He doesn't touch a single car. We fully rebuilt his website, redid his SEO and everything. $46,800, and literally, I think this was 4 months in, right? So we went from 20K to 46.8K in literally just 4 months. Like I said, this system works for anybody, whether it's a small town in Bloomington, Indiana, or whether it's a big city in Houston, Texas. This system will work. We take Bo. Bo's actually from Australia. He was a one-man guy inside of his van, doing 5 to 8K per month max. Didn't have any employees. He had tried bringing guys on. They continuously quit. He continuously having problems. And he was 82 reviews, 4.9 stars, fully stuck, doing mobile, stuck around 5 to 8K per month. We installed SOPs inside of his business, our marketing, sales system, and recruiting. Once we did that, then he started to basically scale. We rebuilt his entire website, redid the SEO, and they've got a ton of nice cars over there. From there, then we ramped it up, and he finished out at $39,700 4 months later. He now has a team of 2 detailers, 1 in the shop, 1 mobile. Bo only focuses on marketing and sales, And now he's like really looking to ramp. Last week I did 10K, sitting at 40 right now, but I could do 50 as this week closes out, and next week even. I think he had some rain last month and ended up going shy, like I said, just so 40K. But this month he'll absolutely hit $50,000. The two Dunlap brothers, they were doing 4K per month. They'd been hitting that ceiling, didn't know what to do. We're trying to figure out what was next. They were spending $0 on marketing, just running word of mouth. They're from just outside of Atlanta. We ran meta ads, started generating qualified leads, installed our sales system and CRM system inside of their business, started generating high ticket ceramic coatings. Month one, they did $11,000. They went from 4K to $11,000 in one single month. And guys, I know that sounds crazy, but it's really not that crazy, because if we look at it, $11,000 and ceramic coatings average ticket of $800, 11,000 divided by 800 is only 13 jobs, right? Like, we only had to generate 13 jobs. It's really not that crazy, guys. We simplify it down to make it super, super easy. They started getting crazy reviews, and literally in 60 days, these guys went from 4K to 16.7K. 4K to 16.7K, 4x the revenue in just 60 days. That's what happens. And look at this calendar. Like, it is wide open. Like, these guys are literally working probably 18, 22 days out of the month, max. They still have so many openings here. They bought their first truck, they reinvested into the business, and now they have their first truck, and now they're on pace for sure to hit 50K per month in the next couple months. Like, absolutely incredible. Like, they crushed it there. We have OJ. He was doing word of mouth. He was stuck at 5K per month. Wasn't sure what to do. He was a solo detailer. He was stuck at 5K per month for years in Sacramento, California. We installed our marketing system, started getting him inbound leads, installed our sales system, started generating him ceramic coating leads. Then he's doing $2,500 days like that. So it's really, really cool to see OJ go from somebody who's doing 5K a month to now generating over $20,000 per month. He's got a couple employees. We rebuilt his website, redid his SEO and everything. OJ went from 5K per month in literally just 90 days. Then we look at Kyle. Kyle was doing 5K per month. He's now doing 50K per month. Just a few months later, 5K solo, $0 on marketing in Union City, California. Operating word of mouth. He had tried hiring detailers in the past, but it just never worked out. They always quit on him, or whatever the case was. We all know how it goes. Installed our marketing system. He started getting steady leads. We installed sales and SOPs inside of his business. He made his first hire. He did 7K the next month, 10K the month after that. Rebuilt his website, did everything there, SEO, yada, yada, yada. Now he's cracking $5,000 weeks, right? $5,000 weeks, and now not only that, but he has an employee that's doing all of the work for him, so he doesn't have to do it all himself. So now he's 15K profit every month, and now all he's focused on is just doing the marketing and the sales. And this month, I think last month, the month of June, he closed out around 25, and he's hiring his first guy, or second guy. We've got Isaiah. He was doing 15K per month. He's now doing around 35, 40K per month. He started out, he's based out of Texas. He has 2 employees, a mobile unit, and money already going into Google and meta ads. So he was already doing a pretty solid job. He had 2 guys who was doing 15K a month, but he was still buried. He still had to handle so much stuff. Everything still ran through him. He didn't have proper systems, didn't have proper marketing in place. We got him better leads, a better sales system, put SOPs and KPIs inside of the business for his team, started selling high-ticket ceramic coatings, and then we removed the 200 performers out. We rebuilt the system, and then now Isaiah is basically removed from the business besides sales and then marketing. 1 month of his actual dashboard. This is his actual dashboard right here. 74 jobs, 34.9K collected right here, and now he's doing 35K a month on average, sometimes upwards of 40. And we're basically eyeing a shop right now, getting ready to make that transition to get him up to 50K per month. You don't have to get into a shop. It's not mandatory. He just wants to get a shop, wants to be able to sell higher ticket ceramic coatings than what he's selling now. And he basically said he was already stuck running ads and stuck at 15K a month. 2 months later, he's at 35K a month and basically out of the work, right? It's that simple, guys. We take Farrah. Man, this story really hit home for me. Like, this was so cool to see. And this is why I do it was, Farrah was doing 1K per month. He was a solo detailer. He's based out of Broadway, New Jersey. And he didn't have much funds to invest, right? He's had, rough circumstances that he was dealing with. Literally had barely any money to invest. Took his last couple $1,000s, invested it into this program, and literally just in 30 days, guys, like, I just have to show you guys for you guys to believe it. He was 3 to 4 details a month, doing around 1K a month, almost nothing to invest a couple grand into the system. We put meta ads inside of his business, started generating leads for $8.65, installed the sales system, started generating him ceramic coating jobs, got him 224 leads at $8.65. Within 60 days, he went from 1K a month to 7K a month to 12K per. Absolutely insane. Rebuilt his entire website, rebuilt the SEO, everything there, and 12x his investment basically. Went from 1K a month to 12K a month, and now he's at 9K profit every single month. Like, this story was absolutely insane. He didn't even have a vehicle for the company. Like, he was Ubering to jobs. That just goes to show anybody can implement this system no matter what position you're in. We took Adam from 6K a month to 14K a month, solo detailer. He was 100% mobile. He's based out of Almonte Springs down in Florida. He was doing 6.2K per month. He was doing everything himself. We did local SEO, automated booking system, reviewed the pipeline, made the first hire, rebuilt his website, and now he's doing around 14.2K per month in just the last 90 days. And now he's doing more ceramic coatings, and now he's actually removed himself from the business. So he's no longer the detailer. Now he's only focusing on marketing and sales, which is so cool. Eddie was doing 3K a month right out of the Marines. 60 days later, he's doing 10K per month. Same system, marketing, leads, sales, SOPs, and team. Now he's doing 10K per month in just 60 days. Guys, these are just some of the students that we've had that have come through, used the 100x detail system, and the results have been incredible, right? No matter what position you're at, whether you're at 1K per month, 5K per month, 15K per month, 30K per month, no matter what, whether you have a shop, you don't, you have a company vehicle, you don't, this system will work for anyone. It is so simple, and we simplified it across hundreds of detailing businesses and literally scientifically proven this system to work no matter the market, no matter the business, no matter the person. So now I want to take you guys inside of a group coaching call where actually, as I showed you guys, Danny, he's one of the coolest stories that I've had. Like I said, going from being 47 years old, not tech savvy, zero knowledge about marketing, and in just 5 months taking him, and now he's doing 42.3K, and now he's able to bless his family, bless everyone around him, which is so cool. So I'm gonna take you in that group coaching call. Danny's in there. I asked him some questions on stuff, and then we also review some other things as well. So I want to put you inside of the environment so that way you see exactly what we do, how we do it, and if that's something you think could help you, then happy to have a chat. So yeah, let's go inside the group coaching call. Talk soon.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Good to see you.
Dude, fill me in. I know you're sending me over some stuff. Fill me in what's happening.
Oh gosh, it's we blew up. I'm not used to handling that much business. We did almost 15,000 last week, so from Monday to Sunday. Yeah, man, it was rock star week. The 2 vans are running full time now, and got 3 full-time employees and 1 part-timer. And yeah, man, we're rocking. We're rocking. All good,
Bro. Tell me, dude, share some experience, strength, and hope. How'd you do it?
Well, I mean, I listened to everyone. I listened to you, and every time somebody would have like a struggle they were going through, I would just listen to it and follow it. The advice, follow the program. I mean, the 3 pillars. I looked at my fulfillment. I looked at my ad spend, or no, sorry, my marketing in general, and my sales. And I just always asked myself, and asked like my wife, and asked my family, hey, where's my bottleneck right now? And so when I found a bottleneck, I would work on it. So when it was my fulfillment, when I didn't have enough techs, I didn't have enough vans, I said, screw it, I'm just going to buy more vans and hire more people. And then once I had more people standing around twiddling their thumbs, and I was like, now I need to increase my ad spend. So then I increased my ad spend. And then the whole time I was doing that, growing my, my fleet and hiring my guys, I was constantly like just trying to figure out ways to sell more and increase my ticket average. And that's what I'm still working on, is the sales and increasing my ticket average. But
if you're cool with that, I'd love to chat for like 10, 15 minutes of like, because obviously like your primary position of where people usually are starting at is like the 3K month mark. So like, if you don't mind, like I'd love to chat a little bit about like where you were, where you're at now, kind of what were the steps along the way, if you're down with that.
yeah, absolutely. Let's see. So I will go back to December. So in December, I think I think I might have told you before. So I had this gig where I was working at a car dealership and as a service advisor, and I owned 1 van. I had 1 detail van and 1 employee, and I was fortunate enough to talk to all the customers at the service lane, and then sell them detailing services through my business. But once that deal fell through, boom, I fell on my face. So December 2025, back 6 months, I had no customers, no idea what to do, no idea how to run a detail business. Got a lot of automotive experience, but just didn't know how to run a successful detail business. Had no clue about paid ads or meta. I didn't know anything about funnels and landing pages and forms and all that, lead forms. I didn't know anything about that. And I was desperate. I was reaching out to different marketing companies, and each guy, each person that I went to for help, they would want a percentage or they would want a huge fee up front, but it just didn't feel genuine. And then I was watching you on a YouTube video about your shop, and you were just like sharing the sauce, sharing the information. And I was like, I got good vibes from that. So I reached out to you, and you took me in under your wing and showed me step by step kind of what to do. And along with a lot of other people that are rocking in this program right now, I can think of quite a few people that are rocking big numbers now thanks to this program.
Yeah.
But so yeah, I had $3,000 of business in December of 2025, 3,500 or something like that. I just sent it to you in the Google Drive.
Yeah.
And
Dude,
it was yeah.
That's so massive. And like, for everybody here, like that doesn't know who Danny is, basically, like, Danny's from kind of a smaller town in Virginia, like nothing that crazy. Like for anybody who thinks like he's in a massive market or anything, like, so just a backstory is like, Danny, was working at the dealership, ended up leaving there where he had a $300,000 a year or $200,000 a year job. Like he was getting paid well, right? As a service writer. Granted, he was working his ass off, working 6 days a week, 12, 15-hour days, with the manager shoving his fists down his throat if stuff wasn't happening. And he was still like basically, somebody's workhorse during the day. And, Danny's finally like kind of fed up with it and like, dude, I'm not doing this anymore. Wanted to start his own thing, was doing a couple grand a month. He joined in, he was doing 3,300 in December. And then this past month, he finished out at 45,000. Like, it's such a cool transformation. So cool to see that. And the only reason why, like, that is the focal point and like why I want like you guys to really hone in, like, Danny is no different than any of you guys. I am no different than any of you guys. Like, that's the thing. The only thing that separates anybody here is where our focus and attention span goes. That is the only fucking thing that separates any of us here. Where our focus and attention span goes. We all have the exact same amount of time for daily hours, daily minutes, and daily seconds. Where does our focus and attention span go? For Danny, he just said it. The 3 pillars that I teach to everybody here that help me scale, and it's helped hundreds of other people scale the exact same way. It's not my case is different. My business is different. My market is different. Dude, business is business, right? And at the end of the day, all that's in business is marketing. You have to acquire new customers into your business. How do you get people to see your brand, to see you and see your service and say, I want that. I am interested in that. Then a sales process that is a white glove experience that brings your customers into your funnel, into your CRM, into your ecosystem, and having a sales pitch and a good conversation with them. Not even a sales pitch, just a good conversation, understanding what they need and how you can be of service to them. Then from there, you sell them on your product and service, and then you fulfill them and you delight them as a customer, turn them into a referral partner, and have them go spread the world, telling them how great their experience was with your company. That's all we have to do. So all Danny focused on was like, okay, shit, if I want to do more revenue this month, I have to get more customers. Is my marketing lacking or is my sales lacking? Okay, great. My marketing is lacking. Let me go fix my marketing. Let me go dial in, let me go look at what's going on inside of the Facebook account. Let me go look at what's going on in my CRM. Let me go look at what's going on here. Oh, my sales process is lacking. Great. What's going on? Do I have enough time to make enough calls? Am I not handling this objection? Oh, I keep getting the wife objection. Let me figure out how to handle that objection. I'm going to be able to make a couple more $1,000 a week handling one single objection. We don't have to get good at all the objections. Just get good at one objection that's costing you thousands of dollars each week. Like, you guys don't understand, like, getting good at just one objection can literally make you guys an extra like 5 to 10 grand per month. You guys have on average 5 people saying, I need to talk to my wife per week. And you're able to close 2 out of those 5 people that would usually give you that objection. And our average deal for ceramic coating is $800 to $1,200. Guys, that's $8,000 a month, right? Like looking at these opportunity costs. So all that Danny did the last 5 months, and like Danny also hit me up every single week instead of Slack. Danny also showed up every week to every group coaching call, asked questions, was present, was understanding like what was going on. And that's the only reason why he got the results of $3K a month to $45K last month. Like, dude, Danny's just a regular dude. Like, I was literally in DC about a month and a half ago and met Sebastian and Danny while I was in DC. I was in DC for the weekend, and they're like a couple hours outside of DC. And I asked them if they wanted to come through. And we met for lunch. Dude, Danny's a regular ass dude. He's a chiller, you know? There's nothing like fucking all kudos to Danny, but like I didn't see Danny and I was like, man, this guy's got an insane talent, right? Love the guy to death, love everybody in here. But it's just like to show you guys there's nothing special about me. Like I'm just a chiller. That's it. Like, yeah, I'm cool to hang out with and like fun to be around, but like I don't have some insane like sales skill. Like I'm not Grant Cardone. I'm not Jeremy Lee Minor. Like there's nothing insanely crazy about me. It's just like I know where to put my attention and focus on a day-to-day basis. I'm not focusing on, oh, what things do I not have right now of like, what material or what chemicals or, I'm not really focused about that stuff. I probably think about materials and chemicals once a month. You guys are thinking about it once every hour. Like for me, I'm like, how do I get more customers? How do I get more dealerships? If you guys saw my story today, another dealership, bang, let's go. Because I'm focusing my area, my time on the right activities, right? If you guys do that and you guys actually focus your time on marketing, on sales, and on fulfillment, and like how can you get guys in there? If you already have guys in there doing the work, dude, that's great. That's amazing. And the reason why I know a lot of you guys are struggling, because this was me, and I've spoken with a lot of you guys in here, and I know what you guys are struggling with, is you guys sit down at the end of the day, and you're like, damn, like, what do I need to work on right now? Let me get a one in chat if you guys deal with that every single day. You guys sit down at the desk and you guys like, what the fuck do I even need to work on? I have so much to do. What do I need to work on? Let me get a one in chat. Everybody should bounce to 1. I want to make sure you guys are actually here listening. Like, this isn't like, we don't do this call just like hang out and like listen to me speak for an hour. I promise you, this is not just because I like hearing myself talk. Like, I want you guys to actually get value from this. I want you guys to actually be engaged in this. Like, seriously. So it's like, yeah, everybody, dude, I know that feeling. I know that feeling every single day of like sitting down and you're like, damn, dude, like what needs to get done? I have so much. I need to rebuild a website. I need to redo this. I need to order materials. I need to rewrite this SOP. I need to do this. I need to do that. Bro, SOPs are cool, but they don't make you money. If you don't have shit breaking in your business, you do not have enough clients. Like, yeah, SOPs. Dude, I give you the exact SOP that you need. You don't have to write SOPs. I give you the exact SOP. So the only thing that you should be focusing on a day-to-day basis, and I want everybody here to only focus on these 3 things. And I probably share this Miro board with you guys probably once a month, maybe every couple of months, but whoever needs to hear this tonight, it's always like you guys always come to the exact meeting that you guys need to hear what you guys need to hear. I always believe in that. God has a purpose for a reason. So look, guys, there are 3 different pillars, 1, 2, and 3. These are the only 3 things you have to focus on. So whenever you sit down at the end of the night and you look at your business, you can clearly understand the whole point of like me showing you guys this is like, you guys need to learn how to fish. It's like, if I can teach you guys how to fish, you guys will be able to fish forever. Like Danny's about to graduate the program and he's breaking through the 50K a month. Danny, scale of 1 to 10, brother. Just real quick. How hard was it? 1 to 10.
Effort, I gave it a 10 out of 10. I gave it all my effort and my focus, but difficulty, 2 out of 10. It's not rocket science.
Dude, simple, not easy is what I always say. It's a simple process that's not easy, dude. It takes a lot of work, a lot of effort, a lot of input from you guys, but in the right areas. So like, if I'm sitting down at the end of the day and I'm like, okay, Brandon, where's your business at right now? Okay, I did $10,000 this month. Okay, let me see. Okay, if I did $10,000 this month, where do I need to focus my time at? I'm a solo detailer and I'm running some Facebook ads, and my sales or skills are pretty good. I'm role playing maybe 2 times a week. And I'm getting on average, let's see, if we do 10,000 a month, how many jobs is that typically? Average job size for most of you guys is probably 200, 300. So we did $10,000 this month divided by 300. That's 33 jobs times, let's say, an average of 5, 20% close rate. Actually, let's say 6. Let's say we're at sales 17.5% close rate. So we got 200 leads this month, right? I would be sitting here saying, okay, great. So if I get 200 leads this month and I close 33 deals out of that, it's about a 16, 17% close rate. I would say, okay, let me just show you guys so you guys can see. So if we did 10K this month and we got 200 leads and we closed at my math's not perfect, just FYI, guys. Never graduated algebra with the flying colors, by the way. So 17% close rate. So we did 33 jobs this month. Bang. Okay. What's target close rate? Target close rate is to get at least 22%. So if I take that number and I give you guys a 22% close rate, so if we go off of 200 leads and we do 22%, that's 44 deals times 300. So just off of that, if we were to close the same amount of leads and the same amount of deals just by increasing our sales, which is by increasing our conversions, studying my sales framework and increasing that close rate, you just made an extra $3,000, a pretty much pure fucking profit. Bang. Just like that. Didn't take any extra money, didn't take any really extra like time, just a little bit of extra effort. So it's like, okay, cool. Because what happens is if we scale at this number, you're still profitable. But like if you double what we're doing here, that's whenever the law of compounding really, really takes place. Is if you go, okay, I'm going to go from 200 leads to 300 leads, you're still going to close at 17%. And it's much harder to get better whenever you get to this level because now you have 300 leads to deal with, right? So if we go 300 leads times 17%, that's 51 deals times 300. That's 15K versus if we would have gotten better at scaling or better at sales before scaling, we would have hit 300 deals times 22%, 66 deals times 300, 19.8. Let's just say 20K. Bang. And we didn't double our leads though, guys. Like that's the whole point of this. Was all we did was we said, okay, before I just throw money into marketing, right? Because you want to make sure your tracking and reporting is dialed in. You want to make sure your sales is dialed in. So I said, okay, before I just start dumping more money into ads, I'm going to increase my conversion rate and I'm going to add an extra $3,000 to my business, which is going to compound as we grow. Because if we take this now and we take 200 leads, we times that by 5, right? 5, 1,000, let's see, 7% or 4% of 1,000 is, I think, 40 deals, 4%. Yeah, 40 deals. So that's 12K per month, right? That's $12,000 per month for you guys. If you guys are looking at this on a scale basis, because again, we're trying to get everything dialed in where we're at right now for scale. This is not just like, oh, we're trying to get rich this summer. We're trying to make some quick cash and then we're going to drop out of the game. That's not the point of this. The whole point of this is to get this thing to where it's fucking juicing and we're squeezing every ounce of juice. Because again, that 4%, like once you guys grow and scale and you guys take on a shop, you guys take on multiple bands, you guys take on more employees, you have a bigger marketing expense, you have more software expense, you guys take on all these things. Every percentage out of margin, 4% out of 100 grand, guys, is $4,000, right? But again, it doesn't equate to $4,000. 4% close rate is different from 4% margin. 4% close rate is $12,000, right? So as you guys think about scale, it's like there's not only one way to cut the or skin the cat, right? There's 3 ways to skin the cat. It's not 1,000, it's not 100, it's not 1,500. It's 3 ways to skin this cat. You either need more leads, more sales, or more detailers. Because then once you get to 20K, we got to 20K, man, holy shit. I have so many leads coming in every single month. I can't handle them all. I'm getting back to people 2 and 3 hours later. They're all telling me that they already booked with somebody else because Elite Pro Detailing is in my market. And Elite Pro Detailing calls everybody within about 90 seconds on average. I can't compete with that. So I have to put someone in this detailing role so now they can detail the cars and then I can be front focused on only focusing on sales. Because again, you're going to get beat every single time if you're just trying to run alone. Like there's somebody like us in your market, maybe not as dialed on sales, maybe not as dialed on marketing, but there's always somebody that's performing better than you in some different area, in some different capacity. So like if you guys want to get like to these numbers of getting 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 80, 100K, you guys have to like look at these things on a much bigger scale and understand like where you guys are at today only dictates where you're at today. Today is the least amount of revenue than you will ever generate in the rest of your life. And looking at that and say, okay, how do I generate and move the needle tomorrow? I'm not moving the needle from 10K to 20K tomorrow. I'm moving the needle from 10K to more tomorrow. Just more tomorrow. Just more tomorrow. How do I make it better? How do I make it faster? How do I make it better? How do I make it faster? And that's all you have to focus on. Do I need more leads? Do I need more sales or do I need more detailers? And then like getting obsessed. Like, yes, absolutely, dude. Like I give you guys over 15 hours of content inside of the Notion. And like we have these weekly calls every single week. And you guys have me, by your side, like constantly. But like the whole preface of this too, guys, is like this is a hand-holding thing for 6 months to now, like, after Danny graduates and Danny's rolling on, dude, Danny will be able to hit 60, 70, 80, 100K months on his own. It's up to him, like, if he needs me or whatever, but like, he's got the tools and resources, right? How you get to 50K, yeah, it's different than how you get to 100K, but like, it's still the same principles. It's just harder to like tighten the screw down even more. But it's like, dude, to hit 100K, right? Like, if we really look at it, I think I have up here somewhere where I have it. Where is it at? Oh, here it is. If you look at it here, like this is all you guys need to hit 50K in a month. And it's like 50K in 2026. All you need is 90 jobs at 550 for a job, 500 leads, 17 leads a day, $6,000 spent on marketing. I'd say probably 3 employees. I ran on 2, but I mean, it's really, really hard. $100 a day, manage the team, hire a marketing company. So Danny, how close are you? How many jobs did you guys do? You said 104 last month?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy how these numbers are so close to exactly what I'm spending.
Yeah. So he did 100. Okay, so he did 104 last month.
Yep.
How many leads did you have last month?
Oh, I haven't even tracked it, but probably about 500, I'd say. I'm probably about 20%, so about 500.
Boom. Okay. And so that's right there online. 17 leads a day. How much did you spend last month on marketing?
5,700, I think, something like that. 5,700.
I know what I'm talking about.
Awesome.
Look at that. And in order to close that amount, you have to be making that many dollars per day, because if you're not, then you're not juicing. So he did 10 more jobs. That just means his ticket was a little bit less. So his ticket was probably 520. Okay. So his ticket was probably about 520. So like that's the only thing here is like to gamify this business. Like it's just all it is a math problem, right? But like this is typically the marker that I run of like, okay, so like again, if you're looking at how many leads you guys are getting, if you guys are struggling with getting leads, it's like, okay, well, let's go back to the drawing board. Like, what were we doing before that was working? Okay, what are other people in my market doing that's working? And then we have to understand that there's 2 pieces to an ad. There's the first piece, which is making sure that you have good quality, right? Do you have good lighting? Do you have good audio? Do you have a generator that's in the background that's if you are you guys that are quality, and people can't really understand you, and it's harder to like we've all listened to those videos where like the music's too loud in the background. It's hard to hear what the person's saying. Now it's like in the human brain, psychology is like it's too much work to watch this video than it is just to skip the video, right? And then making sure that our editing is good. Like if you're talking about hydrophobic properties, like the whole point of what we're trying to do is get this client to feel what we're actually providing them and the service that we're providing them. So the whole point of this is like, if you guys say, hydrophobic properties and water's beating off of that car, That's ASMR, right? That's a satisfying, like, whoa, like I want my car to do that, right? Bird shit just wipes right off and like shit just comes right out the car. Damn, like that's what I want, right? Visually showing somebody like what somebody wants. These are key components. Like right now, like we spend, and again, this is the number one reason why people don't scale, is because we spend 80% of our time here in the fulfillment phase, and we spend 10% of our time, probably more 15% of time in sales, answering phones in the sales phase. And then we spend 5% of our time inside of the marketing phase. And I know you guys have heard this before. Some of you guys, why aren't you doing it? You know, it's like, I know it's tough. And it's like, it's weird because you're like, damn, like, how do I, because a lot of us are hustlers, right? So we think that we need to be working harder, right? Physically and with our hands. Like, dude, that's the hardest transition that I've ever went through in my life. Like, and I almost need to make a meme about it. It's like nobody talks about how hard it is to go from like working with your hands as a blue collar person and an entrepreneur that just like feels like you're more productive by using your hands, and it's just easier just to get shit done, and you feel way more productive and you feel more accomplished than it is working with your brain. It's mind baffling, really. But then you start to understand, like, whoa, like this is how my time and my hourly rate is multiplied. Because if you start spending more time here, right, and you start spending 15% of your time in the marketing phase, and you actually put more effort into your ads, you actually put more effort into researching what the other people around you are doing, right? And understanding like, okay, what can I do? And like being a critic and like watching your ad. I'm like, shit, dude, like, yeah, that's not good enough. That's not good enough. No, that's not good enough. I need to do it again. I need to do it again. I need to do it again. We get exhausted out there and we just like shoot the ad and you're like, fuck it, dude. It's good enough. Like, it's fine. Bro, if I'm going to put money behind something, like that shit's going to be top notch. I'm sorry, but like it's going to be professionally edited. Not all of them are professionally shot. Like some of them are good, like raw style. Like I love a good, like raw style selfie one. Those are good. Like I'm not saying that, but like making sure that like I'm not messing up the script. Like if I say ceramic coating instead of ceramic coating, you bet your ass I'm redoing the whole thing. The whole thing. Doesn't matter, right? Like this is a professional style shot that we're trying to portray an image across to somebody who we're the best, we're professional, like you're going to be the most stoked with our product. And that's the key, you know? And then in sales, it's like, again, like you guys think these leads will be there when you get home. Dude, if you guys were in Charleston, South Carolina, like you guys would wake the fuck up. I promise. Dude, my sales girl is on these people in 90 seconds. Like white on fucking rice. Like on these leads, bro. If you guys pay 10, 20, 30, 40, $50 for a lead, like immediately drop what you're doing. Immediately. Call, text. 2 hours later, call, text. 2 hours later, call, text. Why? I don't want to upset the prospect. Dude, they're already gonna be gone if you don't spam them. Like, what are you talking about? You paid for the lead. Like we get in this like projection of our own beliefs. Oh, I wouldn't want to be called that many times. Well, dude, if you said that you were interested in something, right? And you wanted information about it, and somebody was really trying to get a hold of you, you were busy all day, and then you finally got a break to sit down and they called you at just the right time. Then you're like, hey, hello, who's this? Oh man, thanks so much for calling me. Yeah, I've been busy all day. Dude, this person told you they're interested in you. This person told you that they want your product and service, right? So it's like, it's so important. Like we don't get stuck in our own limiting beliefs of thinking what other people want or projecting our own limiting beliefs. Like again, the person who is number one, willing to spend the most to acquire a customer and willing to put in the most effort to acquire a customer will always win. Every time. Every time. Like seriously, Alex Ramosi said this. I don't make this stuff up, guys. I've not been around long enough. I'm not smart enough to make all this stuff up. This stuff comes from guys way above me, right? So it's like whoever's willing to spend the most to acquire a customer, whoever's willing to spend the most amount of money on marketing. And I know that I have the biggest marketing budget in my town. And that's why we're exceeding over everyone else in my town. But there's people that beat me in some areas for sure. But like you know, you can't have your cake and eat it too. Like, you can't be perfect at everything. We try and be the best at every area, but like, there's places where balls get dropped. We get sometimes 1-star reviews. We try and fix them. We try and get them back, but like, you can only do so much, right? Dude, we're pushing so much volume every month. Like, doesn't even matter. We're doing like 140 jobs a month. We're just pushing so much volume that it's like, dude, if we get 1 or 2 like 1-star reviews every year, like, okay, out of fucking, how many is that? Like 2,000 people, we had 2 people that were like really, maybe 4 people that were really that dissatisfied, leave 1-star review. Okay. But 1,995 other people that were stoked. Again, not my favorite thing, because like a 1-star review outweighs the 100 good ones. But like, again, like, we always try and strive to be better. We always try and strive to be greater, but you'll never be perfect. Anybody who's waiting for that perfect time to increase that ad budget, anybody who's waiting for that perfect time to get better at sales, or perfect time to hire that detailer, dude, the only reason why I scaled, why a lot of people scale, is because they understand that fear is the only thing that's standing in the way of you and pulling that trigger, right? Like, I sometimes get scared of some of the decisions that I make. Right? I'm like, damn, dude, like, is this gonna work? You know? And I have to understand, like, it's normal to have fear in these situations. You know? Like, you can be fearful. Like, whenever I brought on my tent guy, I'm like, shit, dude, I'm kind of scared. Like, what if I don't have enough work for him? Like, we've never been like stacked out to the nines with tent. All right, dude. Well, we're stacked out to the nines with tent now, and he's on board, right? So it's like, anytime as you guys look at these leaps and you guys understand, like, it's like, you know, oh, dude, if I bring on this guy, like, am I gonna have enough work? Fuck yes, you are. You know why? Because now you don't have to do the work. Now, instead of you spending 80% of your time on fulfillment, now you can spend that 80% of your time on sales and marketing. And guys, like really, like, you guys have to understand, like, 80% of your results comes from 20% of your effort. Like, and that is so real. That is so real, that 80% of your results comes from 20% of your effort. Like, on my business, literally per week, I literally probably put in, like, I have probably 30 minutes of meetings every morning. So that's times 6. So 6 was at 6 times 30, hour and a half. And then like 3 hours a week reviewing numbers. I review the numbers on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So it's like 3.5. We'll call it like probably 6 to 10 hours tops that I spend on the detailing business per week. And then if I have to go to a dealership or something like that, like 6 to 10 hours a week, so 40 hours a month, and like, we're able to profit right around 30 grand a month. It's like, and then I usually pay my distributions out, like, you know, my salary, and then on top of that, usually I'll take half of the profit per month. So it's like, you know, to make 15, 20K per month for 40 hours of my time, that's pretty good, right? And it's only because I focus on the right areas, and I focus on the things that are actually needle movers, right? Like, it'll get chaotic at times. And like, we'll go through shit that like really sucks, and we'll feel like the whole thing is crumbling down. But then, like, at the end of the day, whenever you sit down and you take a look at the business, all you have to look at, like, you don't have to look at everything on a granular scale. Like, I can't remember the last time, like, my website does fine. Could I maybe grab an extra couple percent out of the website? For sure. Dude, you guys are looking at redesigning your website every week, right? Like, every single week, oh man, my website. Yeah, I promise you, bro, your website's not losing you clients. I promise you that's not the reason why you're losing clients. You know, like, a client, I don't think, even whenever I had my shittiest site, like 4 years ago, I don't think I ever had clients that were like, this website sucks. Like, people don't think that. And it's all it is like our self-rejection, because we're so self-critical about our stuff, you know? So it's like making sure that like we don't get in this analysis paralysis. Analysis paralysis is where literally all good ideas go to die. Like, if you guys have a good idea on something, whether it's an ad, like, I'll never forget, like, last summer, I had a good idea for an ad, was I was gonna get sprayed down by a foam cannon with my shirt off, and like, be like, "Are you getting your car in shape for summer?" And got sprayed by a foam cannon, and like, the video went viral, and it was like, everybody loved it. And it was like, dude, whenever you have those good ideas, like, you guys have to act on them. You know, like, whatever it is, if you're like, damn, this could be a good idea. And then it's like, oh, like, I don't know if I should do that because X, Y, and Z. And it's like, dude, I did it and it went viral and got a shitload of leads and maybe probably like 30 grand to get sprayed by a foam cannon. And I had a lot of fun doing it, you know? So it's like also like have fun with it. Like this doesn't have to be like such a, you know, hard, like terrible journey. It's like you guys paid for all the answers. You guys have the answers to the shit. You guys are compressing that learning curve. You guys don't have to learn shit. All you guys gotta do is just apply, you know? All you guys gotta do is apply. And like multiple people have hit, you know, the 50K in 6 months, and every single person can. You guys can hit 50K next month. If you guys quantify it out and you guys have the capital to invest in your business and you guys need 500 leads and you can get sales and you can get people in and you're good at sales, you'll close 50K next month. All you need, 500 leads, 90 to 110 jobs, make $100 per day, 3 employees, and probably some SOPs. If not, you'll be chaotic as fuck. But like that's the boiled down breakdown. Like that's all you guys have to do. Get the leads, get the sales, get the people to do the work. And then you go back up the chain and you figure out where the problem is, where the bottleneck is. Those are the only 3 things to focus on. And then as other things arise, like you can handle that and take care of that. But like you guys should all have a circle. You guys should do 2 circles. You guys should do one that's urgent and one that's important, right? And then the center circle is going to be urgent and important. So if you guys have that right there, then it's like, if you guys have an urgent and important, something that's urgent, then if you guys have something that's urgent, then it's not important. Like it can be something that's urgent is like, you know, I need to take the mail to the post office, right? Like I need to get it there pretty quickly, right? But it's not important. Like it's not my taxes, it's not anything like that. And then something that's important might be, you know, say if it's January, I need to file my taxes in April. It's important, but it's not urgent. And then let's say it's April 10th and your taxes are due in 5 days. That's something that's urgent and important. Let's say your lead flows down and your ads are getting fatigued. You need to refilm new ads. That's something that's urgent and important, right? And you should only be doing the tasks that are urgent and important. If there's stuff that's important but it's not urgent, you don't do it. If there's stuff that's urgent but it's not important, you don't do it until it gets in that circle category of whenever you're like, I got to get this shit done now. You shouldn't be doing it because again, that's just noise. Like I promise you guys, there will always be plenty of shit to do inside of your business. I promise you, even the level where I'm at. Like I could realistically probably sit here and I could work 40 hours a week. It's not the life that I want. I don't want to do that. Like that's not what I signed up for. You know, I want to have fun. I want to be able to do other shit. Like I want to be able to hang out with family. I want to be able to travel. Like that's the stuff that I want to do. Yeah, I'm still working on other projects for sure. But like I don't like want to be at the shop 40 hours per week right now. It's not where I want to spend my time. So it's like you guys just like identify that and then like because again, like the work will always be there. Like there will always be something in the business to focus on. Like for me, I would love to do a website redesign, right? But like at the end of the day, it's like, you know, I'm not gonna go do a website redesign. Like it's important, but it's not urgent. Like I'm not losing 50 customers a week by not doing a website redesign. I'd love to. It'd look better, you know, things would look cool, but like I don't need to, you know? It's a whole ass ordeal. You got to get a photographer out. You got to figure out what pictures go where. If you professionally really want to do it right, that's what you do. I don't want to do that right now. My website works. It collects leads. It dials in customers. All right, let's see what we got here. I like how your ads look like commercials. Yeah, bro, because like, you know, I don't half-ass them, you know? I take time, I put thought into it, I put thought into the script, and I run it. Latest ceramic coating scripts, I'll drop them in channel, Anthony. I got you. When someone inquires 24 hours to meta ad, is it better to DM back or call? So when 24 inquires to a meta ad, I've been replying with a DM saying I want to call. Most of my leads don't reply when we got on the follow up. Well, I get a few on the price. When someone 24 inquires to a meta ad, what does that mean, Beta? Like 24 years old?
My bad. I hit send as I was still texting. I tried to delete, but it didn't. So Surge started running ads for me. Can you hear me?
Yeah, gotcha.
All right, Surge started running ads to me, I think like the second week of this month. So I've gotten 24 leads. So my question was, when I get the message, it's meta ad, so I always get it through either the lead connector or the DM. So is it better to call right away or to DM them back? I have, uh, from what I think, is that most customers like texting or the messaging. So I hit them with a quick, hey, my name is Beto with Flare X Detailing. Do you have any questions? We can hop on a call if you like. Otherwise, how many years ceramic coating?
Wants to hop on a call. Like, no customer wants to hop on a call. Like, that's the whole point. But like, we also don't close deals texting, right? So it's like at the end, I mean, like, you can close deals texting. It's just a lazy way, you know? And like, your close rate is gonna just be so much lower than like hopping on the phone. Because like, if you hop on a phone with somebody, then like you're able to, get someone in like so much faster. Because like, if you hop on the phone with somebody, then like at the end of the day, it's like, it would take like 3 to 4 hours of, going through with a client back and forth. I'm like, hey, what package do you want? They get busy, you get busy, all this shit. Where it's like, dude, 5 minute phone call. And like, the iron is never as hot as it is as whenever it strikes on the fire. Like, if you guys think about it, like whenever an iron strikes, right, and it creates that initial spark, the rest of the follow up on that swing, is the iron still as hot, or is it the hottest whenever it stroke the iron? The hottest whenever it strikes the iron, right? So like, we got to understand, like, whenever somebody watches our video and whenever somebody takes a look at our stuff, they take a look at everything and they're like, wow, like this stuff is actually, like, they get excited about it. They're like, wow, my car's gonna look brand new. Man, I can't wait to reset my car. Right. So the longer that they go from that emotional feeling of seeing the water beat off the car, of seeing the car transformation go from dirty as shit to clean as shit, and like the longer that that time sits and simmers, like we've all been there, right? It's like the longer of the time from whenever you're interested in something to whenever you're not, the longer that that time passes, the less interested that you get, right? So it's like very, very important that like, we try and get all these people on a call. Like, I'll give you this for instance, like, who wanted to hop on a 30 to 45 minutes all call with my Zoom team, with my sales team to get inside the program? Nobody did. But it didn't matter what the customer wants. It's what's best for the sales process, bro. So like, it's the same exact thing. Like, think about whenever you guys are a customer. If you guys watch a video and you guys get excited about something and you guys wait a week later, what's the chances that you guys are probably going to buy that thing? Like 30 or 40% less. Because now you're not as excited about it. Now you're like, I don't really need that. You know? It's like whenever you get a client through the funnel and they watch your stuff and they're interested, texting them back and forth for a couple of days, it's so much easier for them to pass by a couple of car washes and they're like, shit, maybe I don't need to pay $400 to this guy. Maybe I'll just go to this car wash. Right? Instead of getting them on the phone right now while they're excited and then being like, holy shit, like, dude, that was fast. We get that all the time. People literally just buy because we're so fast. They put in the form, boom. They are literally put in the form, get off of our website, go to Instagram to go doom scroll, and then Elite Pro's calling. And then they're like, hello? Oh, damn, that was fast. Man, yeah, you guys are on it. Yeah, yeah. I was interested in my car detail. And then it's just like, boom. Like, bro, if they're already sitting there scrolling on Instagram or Facebook, they've got time to chat for 5 minutes right then. I know it, you know? Just think about how many places in today where we see something and we put in a form and either don't expect to get an answer back for hours on end or to get some bullshit AI response back. AI call or AI text. It's like, dude, whenever they get a real person that's actually calling them, because these texts that you send to them, they think are AI. They're like, I don't even know if I'm texting a real person right now, you know? So it's like, that's another important piece too. It's like, these guys are like, dude, they just want to talk to a real human. Boom, get on the phone. Like, if I was going to go spend $1,000 or $500 at a store, I wouldn't just walk in the store and like not ask for help or not ask to look at anything and then just buy it and without talking to anybody. That'd be the worst, you know? some AI robot on the damn screen. Oh, well, what's the make and model of your vehicle? Dude, let me just talk to somebody at AutoZone and see what the fuck I need. You know? Like, I don't want to put in my make and model and see, oh, this fits your vehicle, but does it really? Does it really fit my vehicle? Like, let me just talk to somebody. It's the same thing here. Like, is that really what I need for my vehicle? Let me just talk to somebody. Everybody wants to talk to me. So don't project what you think customers want. Like get what is best for your business and your sales process. Let's see. Do you have a template we can use to help track numbers? I don't. Basically, really, like, all that you have to do is, and if you're talking about numbers in terms of like expenses, I just say create a spreadsheet. I mean, eventually you guys can get in QuickBooks, but just like create a spreadsheet, super easy and simple, and just download your bank statement inside CSV file inside of a spreadsheet, and then calculate every positive, calculate every negative, add up the different categories. What did you spend on expenses or tools, supplies, expenses, payroll, insurance, van payments, marketing, any other expenses you guys have, contractors or whatever, and then put those inside of the sheet and then dial in, figure out, okay, what is my percentage of expenses? What is my percentage of this? What is my percentage of this? And then you're able to track your numbers. And then if you're talking about for figuring out where your business is at, you should have a CRM. You just look inside the CRM. Okay, here's how many leads. Here's how many deals I closed. Here's how much revenue I closed. Got it. Okay, cool. Here's my conversion rate off of how many leads and how many jobs we did. Okay, and conversion rate could go up. Or if you're feeling over leveraged and you can't dial in all your stuff, then you should be having more detailers come on board. So that's what I'd recommend. Just coding ads right now. I have a lot of people open hours in the week. Any scripts, regular detail ads, or our maintenance ads. Yeah, we can drop some regular ads in the in there. Google LSA is a good one. Some people have had a lot of success with Google LSA. So that's one that I would try, Luis, and check that out. Or no, that's Tony. Yeah, that's something that I would check out is go through and set up Google LSA. It's super easy. It takes like 30 minutes. You might have to upload insurance into it, and some people are seeing like really solid results on Google LSA. It's super easy to set up. You just set up like car wash or detailing or whatever you want, and then people are searching up and you get dialed in. How I get their phone number as a lead. My ads are set up to get followers and DMs. Bro, I really don't like, for me, I have less followers than most people. I mean, it's probably like mid. We have like 3,000 followers. And like, dude, I don't care if I have 3 followers. Like, for me, it doesn't matter about followers. For me, it matters about like cash in the bank. So people probably look at my detailing page and they're probably like, is this really produce 100K a month? It's like, yeah, well, like, I'm not posting for organic. I'm not looking for followers. I'm not looking for DMs. I'm looking for a phone number, a first name, last name, and an email. That's all that anybody should be optimizing here for. A lot of people are doing DMs, which are great. Like, those work too. It's just a different strategy. Like, for me, I want to be able to have direct source of contact to somebody. Because like, if you're just DMing somebody back and forth, like, I have my notifications turned off just because like they're a distraction. They go off all day. It's like, I don't want Instagram notifications on. It's just a distraction. So like, the chances of you getting a hold of that person is so much tougher than if you have direct line of communication. You can just call that person, right? It's so much easier and so much faster and so much better. So I would look at doing lead forms and capturing people's first, last name, phone number, email, and you'll have much higher success rate. Because then if you do that through DM, then it's just like you're messaging back and forth, yada, yada, yada. You might book them a day or two later. And then you also can't organize your leads, right? If they're in your Instagram DMs, that's the worst CRM in the world. It just gets stacked down. And then you're losing. That's just like dollars lost. So you want them all inside of a CRM that you can track through a pipeline and figure out, okay, where are my leads at? What leads do I have? Putting notes on there, putting tasks on there for follow-ups, all that stuff. I have an expense rev tracker, Google Sheet. If anybody wants it, just email Slack. Boom. Adam has an expense revenue tracker sheet. If anybody wants to DM him on Slack. All right, cool. One in chat if you guys got some good intel tonight. One in chat if you guys got some good info tonight. Ooh, only 3 people. Man, must not have been a good call. Oh, there we go. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. Let's get some Q&A going. Who's got some Q&A? That was some sauce though. Like seriously, guys, like that's so simple. Like again, $3,000. Danny Dubois. Very like, not like Danny's older. How old are you, Danny?
I'm 47 now.
47.
Yes, sir.
Danny's technology challenged a little bit. He's
Oh,
not as
yes.
good with the CRMs and the ads and the marketing. Like, bro, if Danny can do it at Danny's 47, like he's not like, the top tier tech guru. Like if I needed to set up my MacBook, I probably wouldn't go to Danny. Much love to Danny, but just like straight up, So it's like if he can do it, he can do all this marketing shit. Like it's not rocket science. It's simple, I'm just struggling mainly ads, getting better client. Every lead is either saying car wash or price too much. Mainly struggle meta ads, setting it up. Give a guide on how to do it. Sorry, my phone is very slow. Is there anything to help with this? Don't know if you saw. I must have missed it. Sorry, Brandon. So the main thing is our messaging, right? So if we go back to the board and we look at what we're doing here, right? And we look at the board. So we look at then the messaging that we actually have that's going on right here, messaging. So like if we ran some ads and it started to attract like lower quality leads, we got to figure out number one, we got to make sure our ad quality is good, because the thing is like someone should watch the ad and automatically, like a lot of the people that watch our ads are like, damn, like this was professionally shot, this was professionally edited, this was done well. I call out like new car owners. I call out if you have a vehicle 2020 or newer. I call out like your call outs is who you're actually talking to. And that's what you want to kind of do is get more targeted on like new cars, people who are, 2020 or newer, because if somebody has a vehicle that's 2020 or newer and they spent, 30, 40, 50, $60,000 on a car, 100, $200,000 on a car, they probably have money for a $300 detail or a, $500 to $2,000 ceramic coating. So like, that's what I would take a look at here is if our lead quality is low, if we're getting a lot of leads, but our lead quality is low, we have to look at our messaging, and then we have to look at our ad quality. And that's typically how we'll end up transferring that and getting higher quality leads through the door, because we're just focused on like, okay, cool. Like I got to figure out who is my ideal customer profile, ICP. Who is my ideal customer profile, which is typically somebody who's between ages of 30 to 50, generally, usually a male that cares about his car, typically making anywhere from $80,000 to $300,000 a year or more, of course. And they typically work a, probably white collar job. And they probably have a car that's a bit newer. Like every single car that we serviced this week was like 2022, 2024, 2025, everything. Or last week rather. This week we all have basically all brand new cars too. But it's like a lot of the cars that we have are newer cars because that's who we're calling out in our marketing. Yeah, Danny's only done 2 years, been a mechanic for about 20 years. What do you think about maintenance details and coatings every now and then, kind of like a landscaper? I mean, they're good, right? Like maintenance details are good because it's consistent recurring cash. Sorry, guys. But that's not what I build off of. I built the foundation on coatings, which is our highest profitability service and our highest margin service, and the service that we're able to charge the most amount of money for, make the most amount of money. But then I added maintenance details on the back end, right? Because I want to sell the ceramic coating. The whole point is like we want to sell them a ceramic coating, and then we want to sell them a maintenance detail package, because then it's going to be easier for us to clean and maintain. It's going to be faster, and then our maintenance deals are going to be higher profit margin on the back end. So it's like, I think maintenance details are great, but like if you're chasing maintenance details for your main revenue stream, like, dude, you're going to be doing 300. Like if a maintenance detail is $150, like to do $50,000 on $150 maintenance details, you have to do 333 jobs. Like the inner workings on that is like insane, bro. Like I can't even fathom doing twice as many jobs as we're doing right now. It's like, you got to have probably 6 guys and you got to have 4 vans. Like the amount of infrastructure that you have to have with that is so insane. Whereas like, I know a lot of you guys are like, oh, that's bullshit. Like, dude, we do 100K a month with 3 guys because our tickets are so high. It's like each one of my guys is generating me on average of like 30 to 40 grand a month. My maintenance guy is or my detailing / maintenance guy that's in the field in the van generates me around 22K a month. And then my guys in the shop are generating me right around like 40K a month because they're doing $2,000 coatings per day, $1,000 coatings a day. So it's like, that's where you guys are really going to make the money. And for you guys to do 10K a month, all you got to do is close 10 deals, 10 deals to make 10K a month. It's like, okay, I can work 10 days and make $10,000 a month and take 20 days, just do whatever the fuck you want. It's great. You know, that's why like I built this foundation around like ceramic coatings and then details, you know, like we don't even do PPF right now. We just do detailing. We do some tent. I'm a part-time tent guy. And so I guess 3.5 guys, but like he's part-time. He comes in like a couple hours a day. You know, he works 2 jobs. He works at the plane factory. So he'll come in for a couple hours in the morning, knock out a full car tent, and then go off and do his gig. Because I can't find a full-time tenter. But like again, tent's not my main resource. It's just an up that I have. But like 2 years in this game of this new game that now I'm playing, not the old game, but like this new game now that I'm playing, and I just added tent. Like you guys want to come out swinging for the fences of like, let me add in PPF because this is a high ticket service and this is going to make me more money. Well, why do we think that we're going to make more money on PPF if we can't even sell a ceramic coating? And a ceramic coating is easier to sell than PPF, right? So it's like, and way easier fulfillment, way less headaches, way less overhead. That's why I say, like, dude, like ceramic coatings is the way to go. Until you're doing like 40, 50K a month in ceramics, I wouldn't even look at 10 PPF. It just doesn't make any sense. Like, Danny, have you looked at 10 PPF yet? No.
No, sir.
It's just a shiny object. Because like whenever we're trying to scale multiple different streams of revenue inside of our business, like it just becomes like tough to capitalize on every opportunity. Like it's like chasing chickens around a farm. Dude, are you gonna catch 3 chickens if you're chasing 3 chickens? Or if you focus on 1 chicken, it's gonna be hard to catch that 1 chicken, but your odds of catching that 1 chicken is way higher. So just go for that 1 chicken. Not saying don't run detailing in the background. Detailing is what's going to supplement and make sure that you guys stay busy, which is why I say, hey, snag that in until you guys get really good at the coatings. But like, you know, that's what I would recommend. So that's kind of my point of view. Why do you have someone in mobile? What is your target client for mobile? Because mobile it's just such an easy cash grab for me. Like mobile is such an easy cash grab. Like we stay booked out on mobile like 2 weeks because everybody wants a mobile detail. It's the easiest service, right? So like for me, it's just like the convenience factor of a mobile detailer is like we go to their house or their work and we go to their car. They don't have to leave. They don't have to do shit. So like for me, it's just an easy cash grab because like, you know, for a $300 detail and to go to somebody's house. And for me, it's like additional revenue. Again, it produces me an extra 20K a month in revenue. Like it's just the simplest shit ever. Yeah, I appreciate us thinking about going to learn PPF or get server certified. Yeah. I mean, you can. I just don't recommend it because then your marketing spent, right? Now you have to film different ads and now you have to do more marketing spend on PPF leads. And then you got to do trial and error there and figure out how do you get that ICP and how do you do all that stuff. It's like, dude, just run some LSA, get some detailing ads, and then run some ceramic coating ads and you'll crank up. Like whenever I started this, I didn't run any detailing ads. I just focused on, let me get so good at my ceramic coating funnel. And let me get so good at just attracting ceramic coating clients that are going to pay me. I think I was selling ceramic coatings for like 600, 1,000 and 1,400 at the time. Considerably low ticket for where I'm at now. Whereas now we sell at 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. But like, I was like, this is the only thing that I'm focused on. We sold the fuck out of them like hotcakes, bro. That was the only thing that I focused on. Was like, how can I get my guy to go out and go generate me $1,000 a day? And I did it first month. Closed 24 deals. We got in 100 leads, closed 24 deals, and every single one of them was ceramic coating. We didn't do any detailing. And I said, oh shit, let me get another guy. Let me double. Boom. We did that. 54,000. Bang. 2 ceramics a day. We generated $2,000 per day. Boom. And then from there, they said, shit, we double it again. Boom. And then I doubled it again. And then we were doing detailing, ceramic coating. We had a shop, we had a van. And then why not get more vans? Yeah, I mean, we've given it some thought. It's just like we probably could, but for me right now, it's like the biggest leverage point for me is, going on dealerships and like focusing on kind of like bigger stuff. Which is like, how can I really like, you know, build a bigger and better platform for, the detailing industry, and like, how can I pour more into you guys, and how can I help you guys grow more and build better systems and build better stuff on the back end for that. I mean, we'll probably eventually get another van, but like for right now, like, I mean, we pretty much have plenty of detailing. And for me, like, I don't want to do, 200 details a month. Like, I want to focus on ceramics. I want to be able to have every dealership in my town selling ceramic coatings to dealerships, where we get brand new cars all the time and sell high tickets every day, all day. How do you have time for dealership cars when you're booking coatings? Do you have a specific employee who does that? Um, no, I mean, we just move stuff around. Like, typically your private clients would be pretty simple. We have a couple guys that like kind of sit on the sidelines ready to go for work. But I mean, like, if dealership cars come in, like, we just kind of make the time. Like, you make time for what's important. So like, we just switch around the guy's schedule, add some buffer times between jobs, and then we just allocate resources to go to the dealership. But again, I wasn't focused on dealerships whenever I was doing 20K a month. Only thing I was focused on was like, how do I get more ceramic coating leads? How do I make better ceramic coating ads? And then Brandon, I see you said any recommendations for LSA. I mean, it's like I said, it's like really simple to set up LSA. Like, you literally go on Google LSA, and put in like what you want to market, what zip codes you want to market to. And then from there, you just set a daily budget, and then you just kind of watch the leads come in. And if we're not getting a lot of leads, we just increase the budget. As long as it is, profitable. Um, Coatings, detail, PPF 0%. We don't do any PPF right now. Coatings is generally, we do probably 20% detailing, 70% coatings, 10% tint. Like, seriously, like, we just do so much of that. How would you do a lot of ceramic coatings if you don't have a shop yet and are mobile? You just stack a mobile. I mean, we did all, like, our first 2 months in business, we only did mobile ceramic coatings. And I was able to, like, we were able to get so efficient with it that I had my guys doing 2 ceramic coatings a day. I had 2 guys on the van. They would do a ceramic coating in about 4 hours. Like, wash, clay, prep, an hour, hour and a half of polishing, hour and a half of coating, 30 minutes of touch up. Boom, out. That's it. That's it. So it's like figuring out, how do we get more efficient? How do we get more efficient with our guys? Right? How do we get more out of our guys? Setting up KPIs, setting up alignment meetings, like aligning your team as to like, dude, if we are able to produce more work, you guys will get a bonus. You guys hit these KPIs, you guys will make more money. And that's a big thing too. Is like, once you guys start getting employees, like attaching them to the outcome, you know? But like, even at that, guys, like, again, I say this like with love, is like, don't worry about the things at 100K. Don't worry about the things at 50K. You gotta worry about, like, right now, where exactly you're at and what's preventing you from hitting 50, right? It's like, what's preventing you guys from hitting 20K? Okay. All it is just more leads, more sales. That's it. So simplify it down. Like, simplify this down into, this is just a game. And it's just whoever's good at playing the game. And the game is just whoever's good at running advertisements, whoever's good at, getting people to be interested in your business, and then having a good conversation with them and figuring out what do they need, and having a good system from start to finish of how do you delight that customer. The client's garage in direct sunlight or under canopy. I mean, we would set up canopy if it was like midsummer, 90 degrees, and it's like outside. Because I mean, obviously, you don't want to polish cars whenever the car's like 100 degrees. But I mean, yeah, we would pull up with a canopy. You guys can get inexpensive like 10 by 20 canopies for like $200 on Amazon. They're relatively inexpensive. And then what about without employees? Oh, you can just do one coating a day. Like, to start, it's like, all right, cool. Like, let's just run it to where, if you're doing a couple grand a month, like, it's like, okay, maybe I don't want to jump into an employee right now. Like, let me just see if the system works. Let me run some ceramic coating ads. Let me get a couple booked in. And then you start booking them in. You start seeing the bookings roll in. And then you're like, okay, cool. This system works. I've figured out how to get leads, how to get customers, how to book jobs. And then you start doing that at a little higher rate. And then you're like, okay, cool. I can bring in a guy, and I know if I spend more time on sales, and I spend more time on marketing, I know I can fill up a full-time guy's schedule. Let me make that transition. And there's not really like, oh, you're booking 3 coatings a week, that's the perfect time. It's like whenever you feel ready, but you also don't feel ready, you know? Like, I don't think Danny was ready to bring on, his first employee. He just like, we had the conversation whenever the time came. He's like, dude, I'm getting a lot of bookings. Throw a guy in there. Like, am I ready? No, you're not ready, but throw him in there. Like, you'll be ready. Promise. I promise. Like, if you have, and that's another thing too, is like, if you have somebody else who is sitting there with his hands on his or his thumbs under his ass, waiting for you to provide for him and his family, you won't figure it out. Like, when our back is against the wall, like, you will figure it out, you know? Like, I have lots of people that depend on me to generate food for their families and their income and to make sure they have a roof over their head and food on their table at the end of the day. How I do it, we just do it. You will always figure out a way. Slow months, bad months, good months, like it ebbs and flows. You will always have ebbs and flows. But at the end of the day, like, you always figure it out whenever you have people that rely on you. So I hope you guys got some good insight from tonight. Like I said, like, I really just wanted to take tonight, just like really simplify and show you guys that, like, this is not easy at all. This shit is not easy, but it's also not hard. It takes a lot of effort, but it's simple. It's really simple. Like, if you're not getting enough leads, are you spending enough money? Right? If you're spending enough money, why aren't we getting leads? Are people watching our videos? Are our videos not that good? If we're getting leads and they're shit leads, do we need to tweak our messaging? Do we need to do better camera quality? Do we need to do better audio? Do we need to do better at filming the actual ad? If we're getting leads and we're getting good leads and we're not closing deals, like, I just did a review on somebody's business the other day. Like, dude, I don't know why, like, I'm not closing deals. Like, I got 60 leads last month, but I'm not closing deals. And then we looked through and I looked through the Slack and it goes 2020, 2024 GMC Sierra, 2023 Genesis G70, 2024 BMW X3, 2022 SQ5, 2021 RDX, 2025 Tesla Model Y. I'm like, dude, like, these are dubs. Like, if we had these leads, like, probably 4 out of 5 of those cars would be in our shop, So it's like, okay, now we need to tweak the sales process. We got to get a little bit better at sales. He wasn't calling them within 5 minutes. So that's the key there. Rhino, what's good, man?
Oh, what camera? Yeah.
I mean, usually we'll just run either iPhone, as long as you have just iPhone 15 or newer.
I got it.
Yeah, boom. As long as you do that. And then another thing that I would suggest too is grab one of these.
Yeah, I got a mic. I got a good my voiceovers here, but I've got a little clip-on mic I used to. Yeah, ads freaking dropped off bad the past couple of weeks. I'm putting more up now, but yeah, last few weeks have been dry.
Yeah, and anybody,
Everything, none of it doing well.
These are $25 for anybody who doesn't have mics. $25. They plug right into your iPhone, turn them on, boom, you got a mic, and audio is good. But yeah, I mean, what are other people right now in your market running that seems like it's doing well?
It seems like they're all constantly changing. And the main competitor with Meta is at Smith's, and he was doing just like me. Or he was doing 50% off before I ever did, and then he stopped doing it right when I started. And then he was doing the same, like walking around the vehicle, just pushing what he's doing. And then he went to just like clips of the cars with like rap music in the back, like Big Boy Gang Moves or something. He did that for a couple of weeks, and now he's back to just doing his just like the same walk arounds, but it's no sell or anything. He just has it for like 900 or something for a 10-year coating. Yeah, most of the big guys aren't running any Meta ads, I don't think.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he's the main one that's big that is running coding ads for coatings. At least it's full of details, 199 details. There's like 199 details, but there's only like 3 of us running the ceramic ads on Meta.
Yeah. Then I mean, I would mix it up and also play with pricing too. Like, if we're losing deals for pricing, like, that's another thing as well. Is like, like, these things are like, there's depth on every single one of them. right? With marketing, there's 10 different depths. Sales, there's 10 different depths. Fulfillment, there's 10 different depths. So like, you know, if marketing's working and we're getting leads, but we're not closing more deals, like, okay, is it objections or, you know, is main objection really price? And there's really so many people like, yes, we can only do so much on a sales call. Like, again, we're like, this isn't a hard close, guys. Like, we're not trying to become, you know, a high ticket closer that's closing at 90% close rates. Like, we don't need to do that. So it's like, what I would do is like, maybe take a look at pricing. And like, what I did was, you know, recently, and I do this probably quarterly, is I just have AI, you can either use ChatGPT or Claude, and say, hey, do a full deep dive research on all of my competitors in my market and tell me all their pricing. Or you can do it manually, but for me, like, I want to work less and get more output. So like, have ChatGPT do research on every single client. Like, hey, what is everybody charging? And compared to my pricing here, like, where am I actually at in the marketplace?
Yeah,
And
I've already done it pretty much for the most part. I know I was doing, you know, the 50% off the last couple of months from $13.97 down to $6.97, and then I just ended it today. And so then I just lowered it down to $12.97. But I've got to come up with a new sale. Obviously, I'm thinking just say like 300 or 400 off for both instead of just the 5 year for the 5 and the 10 year. Just start doing 300 or 400 off for both of them for now.
Yeah. Yeah, I would do that. And like, the whole thing we want to do is like, inside of our marketing and inside of our sales process is telling someone that of an offer that's so irresistible. Like, we want our offer to sound so good to people. Like, for me, like, we charge $1,500 for a 4-year ceramic, and people think they're getting such a fucking deal whenever I say, yeah, this is a $3,000 coating, it's $1,500. And some people call bullshit, bro. People are always gonna call bullshit. But like, you've never walked in Nike and seen the shoes and been like, these aren't 50% off. It's like, it says 50% off on it. Why is it 50% off? You know?
Yeah.
So it's like, it's all about the story that we also tell to the prospects, and like, understand, like, the prospect doesn't dictate whether we have 50% off or not. Who the fuck is this guy? This guy just came off of Facebook, bro. You were doom scrolling. You tell me what my special is or my deal is, you know? So it's like, yeah, great. Yeah, of course. Yeah, you can find a lot cheaper guys. You know, like, I was like reviewing a call the other day my sales score had, and this guy was like, yeah, well, your price half off is still double what this other guy's pricing is. But yeah, I'm just curious, like, you know, what's that guy's process like? Is he coming to do it in your driveway? Yeah. And like, no hate against anybody that's doing it in their driveway, but like, that's our pride tool, right? Like, that's how I pride. So that way you don't get the deal and I do, right? And you get that leverage once you guys get shops and stuff like that. But like, most of the time you won't need that. And again, like, I'm charging, you know, astronomical rates for ceramic coating. So it's like, yeah, I get to use that tool and pry on it. There's nothing against a mobile ceramic coating, but that's how I pry in versus me versus another customer. And like, Rhino, you have a shop, so you get that tool to pry, right? It's like, guys, we all have a tool belt, right? It's like, what kind of fucking tools can we pull out of our tool belt and use on a prospect in order to get that door cracked open? That's it. And getting creative with it. I'm not sitting here saying, oh, that guy's so shit. I'm here saying, oh, dude, well, I'm just curious, man. Like, is he applying it like inside of a controlled environment, or is he doing it outside in the driveway? It doesn't matter either way, but the prospect doesn't know that, you know? So it's like, about what tools can we use? Because at the end of the day, it's just about getting the deal done and like us getting the deal versus somebody else, you know? So like, I would just focus on just like, okay, what is everybody doing? Boom, 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 boom. This is what everybody's doing. These ads, these guys are running. These ads, these guys are running. These are running. What I've done in the past, and look at trends and patterns. Like, what have we done? Like, we just went back today, and I spent this morning reviewing with my marketing team and reviewing, okay, what worked last year? What worked last year and did really, really well for us and performed really, really well? Let me run that again. Let me see if I ran that exact same ad set that performed 12 months ago that everybody's forgot about. You guys think just because you guys ran something 12 months ago means you can't run it today? Dude, rinse and repeat. These people don't remember your ad that you ran 12 months ago.
Yeah, I've already been cycling them, man.
Yeah. So cycle, reuse, repurpose, repeat, and then like switch things up, you know? And then like use AI to our advantage and like look at shit that like, okay, I've never ran this before. This is probably crazy. And like the shit that like, if you think it's something and you think it's crazy. Again, like I said earlier, like I thought that it was crazy to take my shirt off and get sprayed by a foam cannon in the middle of summer. I thought it would be unprofessional. I thought it would be all this shit. And people fucking loved it and bought the shit out of our ceramic coatings. Not saying you have to go do that, but just like different things, thinking outside of the box of like, how can we get attention? It's who can get the most attention, bro. That's it.
You want to go stand in front of the drive-thru and talk about it destroying everybody's car. I got to do that.
Boom. Like, go stand
what
in the fucking drive-through, bro.
Yeah.
And get hit by the fucking things and be like, you think your car wants to get hit by this? You know, like it's just whoever can get the most fucking attention is going to always win. That's it. Verbatim. Good attention. But like obviously like I would be running around, you know, like streaking the entire parking lot. But like, you know, whoever can get the most good attention and can grab attention effectively, get somebody's attention and keep it and educate them on why you're the best, bro, you'll win every time. Beautiful. All right, gang. Well, there's another Banger Monday. Anybody have any last thoughts, any burning desires, anything that you guys really want to share?
Yeah.
Yo, what's good?
I know it was mentioned to you on Slack, the whole situation going on. Freaking tough, man. I had to let him go. It's probably the first time I let any employee of mine go. And it was hard, but it needed to be done. But now that like that happened, it kind of just opened the door to like, you know, it made you realize like how much potential that I was missing out on, you know, having him on. I think the main reason that I had him on was because I needed him, you know, I needed him to be there to fill because I didn't want to be out on the field. But my main thing is like what I'm looking for now is like attitude, like above anything. And I just wanted to like wonder your take on that. But like in my interviews, that's what I'm going to be looking for is attitude.
100%. I mean, that's the number one thing that I always hire for is like, I would way rather somebody who has a good attitude and has zero experience. Cause like, again, like we're detailing cars. We're not building rocket ships. We're not, you know, fixing engines. We're not pulling cars apart. Like we're just cleaning a car. So for me, it's like, dude, I can train somebody how to clean a car in a week. And most of the time, like if you're a dude and like you do blue collar work and like you can handle doing blue collar work, chances are you probably cleaned your car before. Now we're just doing it at a higher level with commercial supplies and commercial chemicals and commercial shit. And like, you know, I think like that's the most important piece that like I think everybody in here like misses with your employees is like, and even Isaiah within the same position, like you guys get held hostage by your employees. You guys get held hostage, whether you guys know it or not. You guys get held hostage by your employees because you guys get comfortable. You guys like, oh, this is my end all be all. This is who like I don't have to be in the field anymore. You get comfortable. You're like, shit, this is great. Versus like, bro, you should always be searching for someone better. And whenever you find somebody better, don't fucking sit on the sideline and be like, oh, well, this person that's really, really good is going to be there if this guy fucks up. Bro, he's already fucked up 5 times. He's already shown you his colors. If somebody's with you for 30 or 60 days, they will show you every fucking color that they have. They'll be hot. They'll be tired. If they're bitching, if they're complaining, if a customer calls back and they're bitching and complaining, not your guy. Customer's always first. I spent 4 hours cleaning a car. Don't give a fuck. The customer said he wasn't happy, right? It's like anybody who tries to argue with you, anytime they try and undermine you, anytime they try and undermine your client, it's like this is a constructive conversation, not a bash the client. So if somebody shows you those colors, it's like, dude, immediately it's like, all right, I really got to start outsourcing. Because then you're subconsciously like, dude, this guy fucking is just like, he's just like such a pain in the ass, you know? He's always like, I don't know who I'm going to get whenever I walk up to him and tell him something. I'm scared to tell him that the customer's not happy with it because, you know, I'm worried he's going to come at me, right? Or it's going to be another fight or another argument. So it's like,
Yeah.
dude, like he showed you his colors the first 30, 60 days. You just got comfortable. And then you got to your wit's end with him and then let him go. Versus it's way, way, way better for you and him because you gave up on him probably 90 days ago. You weren't putting that much effort into him because you knew he wasn't going to be here forever, but you didn't know how long he was going to be here for. So it's doing you a disservice because you're not able to grow and develop the employees like you want to. And he's not able to grow and develop wherever he needs to be growing and developing, whether it's at your company or whether it's at somebody else's company, Because if he knew that the opportunity at hand was going to propel him beyond his wildest dreams and become part of something bigger than him, then he would have went all in on it. He would have wanted to change and grow. If he doesn't, great, dude. Let him go to construction and be with all the other miserable people. That's not here, though. I don't have jobs where there's miserable people. I have opportunities for people to grow and people to enhance the quality of their life. That's what I have at my company. And I accept nothing less. I have standards that are high. I have great relationships with my employees. I have amazing culture within my business, right? So it's like whenever I walk in the shop, like my guys are stoked to see me. They're not like, oh, there's my dickhead boss. What's he gonna bitch about now and complain about? It's like, dude, like, what do we need to work on? Like, fuck, dude. Like, I saw that 2-star review that we got. Like, what the fuck? Like, damn. Like, do I need to go back out and fix it? Like, what can we do? Right? I have my guys watching the reviews, bro. You know? Damn, man. Like, fuck. Like, I can't believe we got a 2-star review on that boat that I did a few months ago. Like, damn. Like, that really sucks. Like, because they know the impact that it has on the business, which has an impact on the revenue, which has an impact on new clients, which has an impact on their pockets and their goals. You have to tie this shit string to string, end to end, and connect the dots. You know, so congrats on making that decision. Fucking better now than never. You know,
Yeah, dude, had me so stressed out. Like,
yeah, but
I was,
stress created internally. You don't
yeah,
have to be stressed out, right?
yeah,
And like I think about that all the time. Like anytime I'm stressed out, I'm like, shit, like, and then I'm like, bro, I don't have to be stressed. Stress is a
yeah,
choice, you know? Happiness and fulfillment's a choice. So it's like I just choose, like, okay, whatever. Like, I'm not gonna be stressed out. I'm just gonna be content with the situation. I'm gonna understand, like, and always like every situation that sucks and like you get kicked right in the chin, just be like, where can I grow from this?
yeah,
How could I have prevented this from happening? Because like whenever we get kicked in the chin one time, it's like, man, that sucks. And like that really hurt. But like if you get kicked in the chin 2 times the exact same way by the exact same person, I'm sorry, but like you're just not paying attention. You know? Like it's like you know what I'm saying? Like it's like I've never if I go and touch a stove and then like I get my hand burnt, I'm gonna probably not touch that stove again. So it's just about like every time these things happen, of course, like I can try and help you guys and help prevent these situations as much as possible. But a lot of times, like some of these situations, like you kind of just have to get your chin just kicked, man. Like in order to experience it. Because it's like, oh, dude, like my situation's a little bit different until you get smoked. And then you're like, okay, I'm going to make sure this shit never happens again because this sucks, you know?
yeah,
And I feel for you, bro. Like, I'm sure the last 24 hours, like, have been, or maybe the last 12 hours have been stressful. And you've been like, shit, dude, what am I going to do? And it feels like the whole world's falling apart. Dude, in 30 days from now, you're going to be like, shit, dude, that was like one of the greatest things that happened to me. Now I have an amazing team. Now I have an amazing culture. Now, like, the business is rolling harder than I ever thought it would.
yeah,
And then you'll thank, you know, your higher power or God or whoever you believe in or yourself. Man, I'm so glad that that situation happened to me because now I never have to go through that situation again. Or you will, and you know exactly how to handle it.
yeah,
But some of these things, like I can only tell you guys so much for you guys to actually have to go out there and like sometimes, you know, get knocked up a couple times and like, you know, put a bad taste in your mouth and be like, yeah, like shit, like Brandon was right. But like sometimes like I learned the hard way, dude. Like I've learned not every lesson, but a lot of lessons the hard way, you know? So like these things that I try and tell you guys are like, I don't want you guys to have to go through half the pain that I did, but it's great that like, you know, you went through that and like you won't suffer as much as you do now. Why? Guys, the reason why is Isaiah's not really like bugging out right now. Like he was stressed out earlier, but he had a recruiting campaign going for the last 90 days. So he's got 5 or 10 applicants ready to go that he can bring on in the next week because he's been $40 a month to buy him job security for replacing that guy. And now he might miss a couple beats, but he's not going to miss a whole month. And I'll be back in action next week. So
yeah.
good work. I'm proud of you. You know,
Appreciate it.
know that shit sucks. Like I feel for you. I really do. Like it does. Like that's the worst feeling is like you come in on Monday ready to go. And then it's like, damn, you're like, oh, fuck. You're like, damn, dude. Like that was not what I was anticipating today. You know,
Yeah,
talk about that.
exactly.
We had like this shit sucked so bad last week, and I'll end it off on this. Like last week, when a plane came in about 6 p.m. I think it was last Thursday. And I had a guy go out there, do the plane. He had to go to the store to get something, and he got rear-ended on the way back. And he had to go to the hospital, and there was like this whole ordeal. Our ladder like went through, shattered his windshield, and like fucked up a bunch of stuff. So I had to call like 7:30. He's like, dude, like, he's like, I can't do the plane. He's like, I'm sorry, I have to go to the hospital, like all this shit. But the plane was taken off like 9 a.m. the next morning. And you know, it was a $2,000 job. And I'm like, shit. And it was like one of our really top-notch clients. So I'm like, all right, dude, I'll take one for the team. So I ended up like basically going to the store, getting this, like we needed some special supplies. So I went to the store, grabbed the supplies. So then I just took one for the team, dude. I just went out at 4 a.m. and worked from 4 a.m. to 9:30 until the plane took off. And it's just like, dude, sometimes like it's just about doing the shit that needs to be done. You know?
Yeah.
So no matter what, like, you know, you guys just have to understand, like, sometimes it hurts getting kicked in the teeth, but like, get the fuck up and like go get shit done. So good work. Appreciate all you guys showing up today. Go kick some ass this week. Let's generate some revenue. And I want you guys to take the testimony of that, like, no matter where the fuck you're at right now. Danny was at 3K just literally 5 months ago, and he hit 45K last month. 5 months. This shit is so doable. Marketing, sales, fulfillment. With that note, much love to all you guys. Let's crush the fucking week. Hit me up at Slack if you guys need anything. Hey, brother. Cheers, guys.
So that's everything. The 100x detail system, the wins, real detailer scaling, and a front row seat to how we coach. I told you I wouldn't hold anything back, and I didn't. So here's the only question left. Are you gonna figure this out alone over the next 2 or 3 years, making every expensive mistake I made, or do it with someone who's already done it and skip straight to the part that works? Picture this, 90 days from now, if you had this dialed in, not grinding harder, but actually growing, a team that runs without you, the months you used to dream about becoming the new normal. If you want that, look in the description below. There's a link to book a call with my team. It's completely free. We'll look at your business, tell you the truth about what's holding you back, and if it makes sense to work together, we'll show you exactly how. If not, you'll still walk away knowing exactly what to fix. Either way, you win. Summer's just getting started, and the guys who win it are the ones who move first. Click the link, grab a time. Don't be the one who watches all this and then does nothing. I'll see you on the call.